Well, not really. I mean, when it comes to religion in terms of following religion blindly, I'm not religious that way.
Right.
And some of the bad practices of Hinduism, I mean, the reason I'm in Caste Watch UK is we are here to challenge these values, and we are here to promote human rights of people.
How is this going to change? Do you think programs like ours, organizations like the one that you're involved with, do you think they will actually make a huge difference? Or are we just doing this and the people that are of a different caste, higher caste, are not really interested?
I think what you will find is happening, particularly in the United Kingdom and also in India, that values are changing. Children who are born and brought up in this country, they have come to a stage where they are ready to challenge the ancient values of Hindu religion. I mean, ever since we have started Caste Watch UK, we are continuously bombarded by emails and other messages, phone calls from young children who are going into intercaste marriages. I mean, I've got here a few emails with me which I can read to you and to explain to you that when it comes to caste discrimination, the victims, I mean, people tend to think that victims are all from the lower caste.
Right.
That is not true. The whole Hindu society, the whole
How
structure.
is the higher caste really affected by caste discrimination?
Well, they are, and I can read this email to you.
You can just summarize it for us if you can.
Well, this is an email from a girl who is from a Brahmin family, and she, I mean, because she has grown up in British society, she gone to same university where people from lower caste and other religion went to. She falls in love with somebody who's from a lower caste, and her family has denounced her.
Sure.
Now she's upset. Family is upset. They are about to kill each other.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the news, there are cases of people committing suicide. There are people committing honor killings.
Well, you would think that the caste discrimination is just really prevalent in the generation that preceded my generation, so the generation that actually, lived in India and experienced this. However, if you speak to young people in universities and colleges, a lot of them identify who they are based on their caste. So I think the real message here is that the education of caste discrimination begins at home.
I think I would disagree with you, because that's what we thought. But when we started Caste Watch UK, and we started analyzing what is happening, why caste is more prevalent in UK, more even so than it is in India. And what we discovered was that caste system is being taught in school.
Sure.
People don't realize that if you go to schools and pick any book which teaches Hinduism, what do you find in that? Description of caste.
Yeah.
And the children in school, they are given that concept that you are from higher caste, you are from lower caste, these are inferior, I'm superior. And these messages, when they go to temples, are then reinforced by the priests who are imported from India and who are promoting their religion into this country and saying that theory of karma, which is if you do good deeds in this life, then you will be born into a better caste next life. We want to change that.
Yeah.
If I want to do good deeds, I mean, I think working hard is a good deed.
Sure.
But I want the results in this life.
Right.
If I do a degree, I want a good job in this life, not in next life.
Mr. Prasad, I'm just going to have to leave it there. We have plenty more to get through. Stay where you are. We'll be back after these short messages. Hi, welcome back to Broken Silence. I'm Sanyya Gardez. Today we're talking about the issue of caste-based discrimination. And joining me on the panel is David Webb, ex-police commander from Handsworth, Birmingham, and Eugene Koulas from Voice of Delhi International. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Pleasure.
Eugene, let's just start with you. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do in your organization?
My organization's name is Voice of Dalits International, which I founded about 10 years back along with my colleague.
What was the need for founding this organization?
Yeah, after 30 years of my work with the grassroots level in India, I realized that 95% of our development work time is spent on combating opposition against development.
Right.
And only 5% of your time you get for real development. And there is a there is a mindset that certain people are not supposed to come up from their life situations. That is not a small number. It's 85% of the population. 25% of the population are victims of this mindset, and the rest, about 60%, are indirect victims of a peculiar mindset which is based on caste.
Eugene, do you think that it's only one-sided? Do you think that caste-based discrimination is always from a higher caste to a lower caste? Do you think it's ever the other way around?
I don't think it is higher and lower. There is nobody higher and nobody lower. It's a notion of the mind.
Right.
It's like if you say, I am a narcissist. His mind is sick.
Mm-hmm.
So caste is a sickness of the mind.
Mm-hmm. What's the cure then?
Pardon?
What's the cure?
What?
What's the cure?
I didn't get you.
The cure.
Cure. The cure is, you have to have legislation. It is when something is wrong in religion or in the society, the politics is there.
What
and
religion
it is
are
through
you,
legislation solely we have changed all the bondages in this world.
What's your religion, Eugene?
I was born as a Christian.
Right. And you follow the
I follow
religion.
all religions. Every Sunday I go to Valmiki, Ravidasya.
Well, is there caste discrimination within Christianity? It's not just a Hindu.
I am not here to talk about the religions. I am trying to talk about the caste discrimination.
Right. Well, that's my question. Is there discrimination? You say that you're Christian. Is there caste-based discrimination within Christianity?
See, all those who have come from the Indian subcontinent, they follow this caste discrimination within their
irrelevant
mind.
Of
that is basically they are lunatics.
Right, right. David, what's your experience been like with caste?
Well, let's put it this way. I'm a very great supporter of caste work and delighted to be here today. I was a police commander in Handsworth all those years ago. Also chairman of the Community Relations Council, president of Rotary, master of Masonic lodges, and I've been involved with our community since 1955 when I first joined the police force. In those days, the first Indians came over to this country. They came over on their own, without their families, without temples, without any caste, without anything, working hard in the factories, doing a marvellous job, earning money, sending it back, developing things and making progress. From 1955 to the present day, they've made magnificent progress. The great British public don't know anything about caste.
Right.
They don't know the difference between an Indian, a Pakistani, a Muslim or whatever. They're not interested in that. As far as the British community is concerned, we just see everyone on their merits and they can join the organisations, be in the organisations, make progress. As all our people here today, you can see looking around you, they are magistrates, they are in Rotary, they are in Freemasonry, and all the organisations made marvellous progress. Regardless of caste, we don't look at caste whatsoever. The system is definitely becoming that some of the caste is beginning to get into universities and schools. We do not want that. We will not allow it to happen.
Well, it's
and we
happening.
Want a law.
I mean, it is happening. How can we change what's already happening?
And it's got to stop because we don't have that sort of thing in this country.
Well, now we're talking about legislation and making it law. And I support that legislation, but I don't really think it's going to make a significant difference.
It will. I'm an old police officer, and legislation and laws are there to be obeyed, and they can be enforced. If they're enforced properly, they make a great difference. You've only got to look at everything that happens. All these things in the background and behind me,
right.
All these things are regulated by law.
Right.
Now, if the Hindu elders cannot stop caste being used in this country, and they're not able to persuade the youngsters that caste counts for nothing in this country, we won't tolerate it, we won't have it, then you must have a law. And the law then will help them. Because
what's the law going to stipulate?
The law will stipulate that if anyone uses caste to discriminate against anyone in this country, discriminate their fellow pupils, fellow workers, wherever, if they do it, there's a law, they will be prosecuted.
So what about these, and anybody that wants to jump in, Eugene, it's open to you as well. Matrimonial websites. A significant portion of British Asians are now using these websites to find their partner. Well, on these websites, they ask you religion, caste. So once this becomes law, will that not be allowed anymore?
Yeah, can I?
Sure.
See, the